Oh, nice. There we go. Dig, boys. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get back to the ship, baby. Ho, ho, ho. Welcome back, everyone. It's your boy Rump. In this video right here, we're going to be going through some Sea of Thieves tips to help each one of you guys start your adventure. Now, I've been playing the betas, and I've been playing multiple Sea of Thieves betas, and every single time I seem to find players that have absolutely no clue what's going on. So you got to explain things to them. So in this video, I hope that I kind of answer a lot of questions that you might have when you start out. If you're going to buy this game, if you're going to pick this game up, it comes out in about less than a week, guys. So you definitely are going to want to check this video out so you get a leg up on the competition. Right here, let's jump right into what you came here for. When you start out in Sea of Thieves, you're basically going to have an option of picking your pirate. Now, picking your pirate doesn't really matter. It just means what you're going to look like in-game. You don't have any special abilities or anything different than any other pirate out there. It's just, how do you want to look? So you pick your pirate, then the very next option is going to be what crew, what ship, what type of crew do you want to set sail with. You're going to have three options. Either a very small boat, such as yourself, single, alone, one small ship, a larger crew of a couple more players, or a very large crew of about 4 players on a larger ship. I personally recommend, guys, if you're just starting it out, if you've never done this before, I highly recommend the medium to larger, actually the larger crew. Pick the larger ship, guys. You have safety in numbers. You got other guys out there who might be experienced, who might have been playing a lot of the betas, who might be more experienced than you are, and might have a good understanding of how to operate the ship, how to find good treasure, how to get out there and you can get the best bang for your buck with a larger crew. If you sail it alone, guys, I do not recommend it because you're going out there. Think about it like this, right? It's the open waters, the open seas. You got other pirates out there that might want to steal your treasure. You have skeletons you might have to fight. You have different things you may have to do, different storms you might face, different repairs you might need to make to your ship, and you're going to be doing it alone. You know what I mean? Who wants to do that? It's kind of boring out there alone. Join up with a crew. It's a whole heck of a lot of fun. Now, once you've picked to join your crew, you're going to start out, unless the crew has already set sail, without you, unless they've already set sail, more than likely you're going to start out on an island, on your outpost, where your ship is docked nearby, and you have different NPCs that you can communicate with. You have a merchant, you have a bartender, who sells something like called grog, I believe it's called. It's, I guess, the game's version of beer, which is actually kind of funny. It's a little entertaining when you actually get this stuff. There's a couple people you can talk to, a couple things you can actually do there. But one thing that's very important is you're going to want to talk to the merchant and actually find a task, find an adventure, find treasure. That merchant is basically going to set you on your way and give you an objective so that actually when you set sail, you're not just setting sail out in the open waters, just sailing around. You're going to actually go towards an objective to either find treasure, find animals, find things that are worth selling, so you can go and then accumulate different things to actually help your character's appearance, different things to actually help your ship's appearance, different cosmetics, and different things that really show the other pirates out there that your pirate ship and your pirate crew means business. We sold the chest, making that money. Here in this game, communication is absolutely huge, guys. I probably should have mentioned that first. Right there, perfect heading. Perfect, right there. Straight away. Now that I've guided, whoa, we're listing pretty serious here. Look at those waves. Somebody I'm playing with is hacking up a lung, but we're gonna make it through it. If you're playing on Xbox or if you're playing on PC, this is actually a cross-play game. At least it was on the beta. I was playing on PC. I was able to talk to people on Xbox. You're going to want to play with a microphone and a headset, guys. VoIP. You're going to want to play where you can actually communicate with your crew, because your crew communication is huge and essential when it comes to making sure that your ship stays in tip-top maintained fashion. Whether you have enemies around you, whether you have other ships that they've spotted, different things that are very important. Communication is absolutely key. Now, knowing how to operate the ship, I'd say that's the second most important thing. Setting sail is only possible if you know how to do so. The way the ship is set up, you have your anchor, you have the different decks, you have sails, you have a map, which is very important so you know where you're going. You have different cannons, you have different lighting. We're going to go through, very quickly, I'm going to go through each one of these different things. How to get back to the ship if you get lost, if you fall off the ship. Your ship has an anchor. Basically, when you want to pull the anchor up, having multiple crew members, multiple teammates actually help you lift the anchor will save you a whole lot of time. Anchor can be found on the top deck. Bringing that up will let your ship drift, will let your ship start to move to take off to set sail, but the ship will go in no predetermined direction. You're going to need somebody on the wheel, somebody up top on the wheel, actually turning that ship left and right, going where it needs to go. And these are sailing boats. These are sailboats, so you're definitely going to want to bring down to raise and lower the sails. One thing that I thought that was so awesome with this game, and a lot of fun, once I learned how to do it, the larger ship has 3 sets of sails. And what's so cool about it is you can actually raise or lower these sails. Now, raising and lowering them is only important as how much wind they can catch in the sails, meaning how much faster you'll go if these sails can catch more wind. One thing you're going to want to do to make sure that these sails catch more wind is you're going to want to turn the sails in the direction of the wind. You can actually see there's like an animation that just shows where the wind is blowing. You want those sails to be in that direction so they can catch as much wind as possible. The animation is pretty cool. You're going to see the sails catch that wind and actually start moving your ship a lot quicker. Now, just keep in mind that the guy up top steering the ship at the wheel, he can only see but so much. So he's going to need some great communication from somebody down below deck on the ship, where you have your map that actually tells where your destination is. You can actually mark it, and then if you have good communication skills, you can actually tell that guy on the wheel whether he needs to go left or right, to actually avoid islands, to avoid other obstacles, to avoid rocks in the water, to avoid things that hopefully somebody up top in the crew's nest is looking out for. The ships themselves, I think, are highly detailed. There's so many different things inside these ships. It's just really, really cool the way they've done this. Now, before you even take off, before you even set sail on your ship, you're going to want to get supplies. You're going to want to gather things like bananas, because bananas heal your health. You're going to want to gather cannonballs, because the cannons on your ship will not just shoot. It's not just, they will not regenerate cannonballs. You're going to have to load cannonballs into them, and you're going to need planks of wood to repair your ship if it gets damaged. Now, those planks of wood can be found on the island or the outpost where your ship is docked at the very beginning. So can the bananas and the cannonballs, and you basically have these barrels inside the ship where you can store equipment for yourself and your crew. You can place those items in those barrels so that you can save them during your journey. Some of these journeys, we actually went on a couple that were pretty lengthy, that were pretty long, so you're going to want to have those resources available to you. You're going to want to have extra ammunition available to you, and you're going to want to have, definitely going to want to have those wooden planks. And I'm going to get into repairing the ship momentarily. Now, one thing that's really cool, if you find yourself, if you fall off the ship, if you find that your crew actually left you, for whatever reason, if you're separated from your ship by a great distance, you will all of a sudden be able to see in the water now, you'll be able to see either, I don't know if it's a mermaid or a merman, whatever it is, some type of like trident looking guy in the water with this big plume of smoke and light, kind of guiding you towards himself, and you can actually go touch that mermaid, merman, whatever he is, and it's going to bring you right back to your ship. So you never have to worry about getting left or going too far from your ship. Now, one thing that's very huge about the operation of these boats, you're going to want to sail and keep an eye out for enemy pirate ships. Now, one thing you're going to want to do is, if it's nighttime, because this game has a day and night cycle, which is seeing the sunrise out there. I don't want to sound like a turtle nerd, but I mean, it was actually pretty cool. At night, your ship can stand out there in the darkness. There's wide open waters. You want to turn those lights off on your ship. I found myself so many times going about the ship, turning off the lanterns, and I found players who have no clue what they're doing, going right behind me and turning them back on. Guys, don't do that. At night, turn those lanterns off. You want to sail, and you want to get the element of surprise on those enemy pirates that might be out there waiting to try to steal your treasure. As far as your ship, you're going to want to know how to repair your ship. These ships take damage, guys. You have a couple things in your disposal that will help you repair your ship. So you have buckets. You can basically pull out a bucket if your ship is taking out water, and you can toss that water overboard. Now, keep in mind, quote, I said toss that water overboard. Oftentimes I find players who don't know what they're doing. They'll scoop up the water, and they see that the animation has taken a lot of water off the ship, and they just dump it again, which fills the ship right back up with water again. You're going to want to dump that water overboard or outside a window, as long as it goes outside of the ship. Once you get in the water outside the ship, you're going to want to place planks of wood along to patch any holes on the hull, any holes in the wood, any holes that have been made, whether by damage, whether by storm, whether by enemy cannons to your ship, so that it stops taking on water. Now, I just mentioned storms. That's another thing that you're going to want to avoid. Things you want to avoid storms, you want to avoid skeletons, other pirates that might be crashing into you, taking your treasure, fighting you, sharks. There are a lot of things you want to avoid, but definitely storms. Traveling into a storm will damage your ship. Those heavy seas will damage your ship. However, there's one storm you should look out for. There's a skull face storm. It's basically a skull. You can see like a skull and crossbones looking type face of a cloud. That'll kind of guide you to a skeleton outpost. So those are the type of storms you do want to travel towards. Other than that, stay away from those rough seas. Stay away from storms. Now, as far as finding treasure, this game is all about setting your own adventure, creating your own story, great experiences, and I've got so many of them already I can explain to you and share with you for days, but right now we're just talking about some tips. As far as finding treasure, one thing that is so cool about this game, again, communication comes in key. So you're going to need your shovel to dig, you got your compass, and also your map to find treasure. What's so cool about these treasure maps is you can't look at it yourself. You have to hold up the treasure map for a teammate, for a crew member to look at, and then they can tell you exactly where you guys need to go. So I thought that was an element of team play that they really made. You kind of need good communication and you need teammates to work together. Dig together, guys, to save yourself some time to pick up that treasure. Just keep in mind, once you've got treasure on your ship, it can be tempting to keep traveling, gathering more, but you're going to want to get that treasure back to the outpost. You're going to want to sell it. You're going to want to cash it in before enemy pirates can actually take what you've worked so hard to gather. The ships are very, very highly detailed, the different decks on the ship, so one thing I found that's really cool is you have ammunition storages on the ship. You can access different items of clothing, different things like that. You're definitely going to want to explore your ship. I don't want to give away too much to you guys as far as the ship is concerned, because I want you guys to actually go out there and to actually hunt and check out things for yourself, because it's so much fun. Now, I just want to let you guys know the very last thing that I just found. I think I was trolled here, but the ship has a brig down below. The ship has it's basically a cell down below, and that cell, those quarters down there, you can vote to lock a teammate in the brig. If the teammate is not actually playing if they don't have the elements of team spirit that really signify your ship, you can lock them down below in the brig. Basically, if you're locked in the brig, you cannot leave. You're basically locked in there. I found myself locked in there. I joined a crew, and I don't even know why. I didn't do anything wrong. I joined a crew, and all of a sudden I was locked in the brig. They voted me in. And for, I'd say, about 20 minutes time, I just stood there while they serenaded me with music, threw up on me, poured water on me, and basically danced around. And they trolled me. And it wasn't a lot of fun. So you definitely don't want to abuse the brig, guys.
This sounds pretty good. I gotta admit, it sounds pretty good. It'd be nice if I could actually get out and enjoy it.
If you guys want to see me play more of this, whether it's streaming, whether it's actually joining a crew with some of you guys, if you guys are playing on either console or PC, since we can probably cross-play like I was playing on the beta, let me know down below. Let me know your gamer tag. Let me know if you'd be interested in joining a crew with me. I found this beta so much fun. Can't wait to get my hands on it. I'll catch you guys on the next one. It's your boy Rumps Banker, and until next time, I'm out of here.